to Java tutorial for beginners. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and in today's video we'll talk about for loops. So in the last two videos we saw how iterations work as well as how conditional statements are executed using if, else and switch. Now we understood the difference between while and do while, but most of the cases you will find that instead of do while and while you'll be using for loops in your program. So today's video will talk about how to use for loops. Let me start off by first showing you the syntax of a for loop. So as you see here, for is a keyword, and then in the braces you give three things. Number one is the initialization, if you have to initialize any variable. The second is the Boolean expression. Now this Boolean expression is the check that you give in the while and do while loops. So you said while and some condition, that Boolean expression comes here in the for loop. And finally the update that we do comes at the very end. Now inside whatever statements that you want to execute go. So let's quickly write a program and see how this works. Alright, so let's say for. So as you can see, you can identify what Java keywords are by the color coding that is done. So all the keywords are in a particular color. So for is again here a keyword. So start off with int, let's say num equals to 10. Now condition till num is greater than 0. We have to run this for loop. And finally num minus equal to 1. Alright, so inside system.out.println, let's say countdown again, and num. Okay, and that is all. If you have to add more statements, you can continue adding more statements here. And that is your complete for loop. So this loop will run as many times as you want it to run. So starting from number is equals to 10, it will initialize number is equals to 10. Then it will check for the condition. If the condition is true, it will go inside, execute all these statements, and then it will go here and decrease the value of num. After decreasing the value, again check the condition, execute the statements, and keep repeating this process till the condition that is given here becomes false. This is a fairly simple for loop. So just save and run and you get the countdown here. Again, for loop can also go into infinite loop if you don't keep a right check of the condition that is given here. So if you don't give this, let's say you do plus equal to, it will keep on incrementing num and keep on doing the iterations because this greater than 0 is always met. So if we run this now, so you'll keep on seeing this countdown. It goes inside for loop, infinite loop. Again, if you have to stop this, just click on this red dot here and it will stop your infinite loop run. So that was about the for loop, and now I also want to share with you one more loop, also known as enhanced for loop, before we close this video. Now enhanced for loop will come into use when we talk about arrays and other collections, but for now just take a look at the syntax. So the syntax looks like this: for, declaration, expression, and as a normal for loop all the statements go inside the braces. So for example, int x, and this numbers here would be an array or any other collection that you want to traverse completely. Now x will hold one value of this array at a time and do all the steps inside this enhanced for loop one by one. So that is all for loop, guys. Thank you for watching the video, and please don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos coming up on this series. Also, if you have any doubts, please drop a comment below. Thanks again and happy coding!